Yes, welcome. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the lead magnet mastery strategy that is working right now in 2026. So I think there is a structural shift going in the market from SMMA to LMMA, and me myself, I specialize in attracting leads on skill. And I've done so in the last 5 years. I've done so for different multi-deca million-dollar companies, even some billion-dollar companies like Van Mossel, Hayden Automotive, and VDL. I hold a HBO, we call it in the Netherlands, degree in marketing. I have been directly responsible for generating more than 100,000 leads, and that have resulted in over 6 million. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot more than 6 million, I can tell you. Everything in this document is based on real execution, real data, and real results I generated in the past. So let's dive in. I think the advertising landscape has fundamentally changed. So the costs are rising, attention is rising, and the trust is at an all-time low. What worked for years under traditional social media marketing is becoming more unpredictable, especially for businesses that sell high ticket offers in markets that are highly sophisticated and also markets that are highly um, over flooded with different kind of offers and competitors in the market. So the solution is not to have better ads, and the solution is to have a better system. That system is what I call it the lead magnet marketing advertising strategy. So LMMA is not a tactic, it is a strategic shift. So not sell harder, but filtering smarter the right leads within the leads that are unqualified. So why and when you need a lead magnet is really important too. Let's do it on a second. So, okay, so why and when you need a lead magnet? What is really important to consider is that a cold audience to purchase is approximately 3% conversion rate. And from a lead magnet funnel conversion with the right lead magnet for the right audience is about 25% from cold audience to lead and about 25% from lead to customer. So in the end, you have around 7% conversion through lead magnet funnels. That's more than double what you would get from cold conversion funnels. So in that way, you can outsmart and outbid your competitors because your conversion rate is much higher. So what is a lead magnet actually? A lead magnet is not like a generic free ebook or a shallow checklist. A lead magnet is a complete solution to a meaningful, narrowly defined problem for your target audience. So, what are some key characteristics you have to consider? It must be specific, relevant, practical, focused on one specific pain point. And the core principle is if someone believes your lead magnet is worth their time, they will believe your core offer is worth their money. So that's a rule of thumb you can use in making and marketing your lead magnet. So what are three types of lead magnets you have? So type 1, you have diagnostic lead magnet. Of the so what is it? It has to create some sort of insight through like a quiz, an assessment, or a scan. And what is important, you do not solve the problem, you expose the problem. So awareness creates urgency, and from there on, you can call them or you can book a call to help them solve the problem you diagnosed with your specific lead magnet. What is the second type of lead magnets? You solve a mini problem of the business. So you solve a narrow problem completely. You can do that through specific information you give the lead. So it can be through a webinar, an ebook, a mini course, a specific training. So you solve one problem, not the entire journey, because then your service comes into place. What is the third type of lead magnet? Is a free trial or some experience you can offer them. So let them experience the outcome. So I heard an example of a car dealership, and some customer walks into the door and his car is broken, so it has to be fixed, and he gets a replacement car. So what they do often is they give you the cheapest car, because what if something happens to the car or whatever. But what you can also do is give them the best experience you can give them, because if they experience it, then they may want to buy the most expensive car you can give them. So give them the most expensive car for experience, but within their budget. But because if you just give them a luxury experience without them having the budget, then it doesn't make any sense. But you have to diagnose in the process the budget of your specific lead, your prospect, and then give him the best experience for a short period of time. You can also use like an audit, a software trial, a demo, or maybe even a pilot where you give them something away for 1 month or something. So that is a third type. When do you choose the right lead magnet? So step one is audience research. Go beyond the surface level data. So understand, what does their day look like? What are some specific frustrations and bottleneck they experience? What have they tried in the past, and did it fail, or did it work, or did it work a little bit? What did they try to fix that problem? And most importantly, um, you have to give them context to make a decision. If you do not understand your audience better than they understand themselves, you will always lose. You have to be one step further than the client knows about themselves. So what is step two? So step one is understand your audience. Step two is analyze the market. So study what already works, and from there on you can do two specific things. One is replicate what is proven. It is lower risk. It gets faster tractions, but you can not really make a difference in the market because you do something that already is done multiple times often. And what you can also do is disrupt the market. It is a higher risk, but the upside is even more high. So that is important to consider. You want to be a disruptor, or you want to become a replicator. So that is important to consider. So for most businesses, option one is the rational starting point. And from there on, you go from SMMA to LMMA. So you go from direct selling, low engagement, to trust building, pre-qualification, higher quality leads, and you go from there to a quality, scalable system. Your competitive advantage becomes more than just the regular SMMA. How to mark the lead magnet. So you have 3 steps in that process. Step one is package the offer the right way. So marketing is all about packaging your value without the deception, but you have to use like the right packaging around it. So what are some key elements to use? Use a clear name. So how do you name your offer? What is a unique mechanism? What makes it unique in the market? How do they want to consume the lead magnet? Some people want to listen, some people want to watch, and some people like to read. So make it available in different kind of consumption formats. Always sell the outcome, never sell the process. So it's all about outcome driven messaging. And then in the call, you can tell them how you do it. So build your authority and your credibility. So for example, how I started this is telling how much leads I generated. I had a degree, what kind of companies I worked for, that kind of stuff. That it's all about positioning, and it's also all about positioning your lead magnet in the market. Step two, choose one distribution channel. So make the decision. You want to market it online or offline, warm or cold audience, one-to-one or one-to-many. You want to use organic reach, or you want to use paid advertising. You want to use push advertising, or you want to use pull advertising. So focus on the one specific channel, because mastery always beats dispersion. And step three, test your way to the truth. Data does not lie. If it works, scale until it breaks, and if it fails, iterate, 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 test, test, test. Because the more spent accelerates learning but pushes you into colder audiences. So analyze correctly and optimize deliberately. So the lead magnet is a trust event. So really try to think about it. You have one chance to prove yourself. You have one chance to prove your trust, to build trust with your prospect. So make your lead magnet count. Make it as strong as you can get. So make the value really, really valuable. So that's one. And the second thing is increase also the perceived value. And the perceived value has two components. One is the promised destination, and two, the perceived likelihood of achieving it through your lead magnet. And you can also increase perceived likelihood through proofs, track record, clear outcomes, urgency, scarcity, structure, logical sequencing. So the higher the perceived chance of success, the higher the perceived value. So the conclusion is lead magnet marketing advertising is not a trend. It is a structural response to a broken attention economy. And trust them accordingly. So lead magnets are not optional, but can be a foundation of a really good sales system. So use it in the right way, use these tips and tricks, and